I'm gonna say, oh, guys, it's words. With the update 1.2.20, the game added external component cores. So you have to make sure that you are at least rank 8 in the mastery category. And you can see right there, these are the addition: recovery augmentation and defense augmentation. So there's different category they're going to fall under. You'll be able to add max HP, defense, and also all the resistance for the game. In any case, let's go back into the game so I can show you how this works. First of all, you need to understand the basics, how the numbers works, where you get your numbers. So if I look up my bunny character right here, which is one of the characters that most people despise to see in their lobby because they are always dying. But that is not the case anymore because bunny has come a long way and you can add a lot of tankiness to your bunnies nowadays. Now, if you look at, I got my health at 15,000 and also I got my defense at 13,198. Now let's take an example as the defense. So if you look at my component core right here, you can see I have a defense of 7,182. That's additive. And you can also see that if I go down here, I got an extra 4,249. Now, that total does not amount to 13,198. So where does that other number come from? So on your Descendant menu, so if you click where it says show stat graphs, if I press the corresponding button here, and you can see on defense, the game starts you with a number. So they give you a number that is going to be on your character. Once you reach level 40, you get that number. So as you can see, 1,767, that's added to the rest of the numbers. And that gives me the total of 13,198. Now, this is simply a flat number. So if you want to add more defense to your character, now that works the same for health and other defense stats in the game. So if I go to my Descendant module right here, and you can see this is my regular build. So if I go and then I add some defense to that flat number that we already have, you can see, now if I stay on this page right here, so if I go back to the character sheet, you can see that now my defense is 25,049,804. That's because it is multiplied by that number that you see on the card. So that's how this works. This, like I said, this works the same for health. If you want to add more numbers to your health, then you can do the same thing. Add a multiplicative card plus the flat numbers, then you're going to have some big numbers. So that's how this works. This is where the number comes from. Now you understand the basics. So where do you get the cores? So now, in order for you to get the core, you can either farm for them in infiltration operation. If the 400% operation will get you some of those things right here. Now, at the end of the mission, then you will always get some 10. Even though it's not showing you 10 right here, the 10 core, then you will get them. So make sure you grab your bunnies and just go farm. And just make sure you have some etiquette. So if you are fast as a bunny, then you go, make sure you wait for your teammates. That's good etiquette. In any case, the other place that you can find them is in the Sigma sector. So if you go to Sigma sector, either one that you do, you're going to end up with some cores. So farm the hell out of these things and you'll get yourself a lot of cores. Now, once you grind it for a lot of cores, then you can come here. This is where I am right now. Remember where Deslan is, and then just come here. Normally what I do, I just come here and then I make sure I convert what I got first. So come here and craft and convert. Now, once you are on this screen right here, now you get the weapon cores on top and you also get the external component core on the bottom. So this is one of some recovery. And for this one, trying to get me some 10. So these are the materials that it's going to eat up. And then I just come here and then just craft cores. So I got myself one. Now, if I want some more, I just want to make sure that I continue to just craft them until I run out of things to craft. And that's normally the way I do things with mice. Just craft all of them. That way, you'll be able to craft more when you go back and grind for more 10. All right. Now that I don't have any more of those, so I'm going to go to the second one. So with the defense one, say I'm going to get some 10 right here. And these are the materials that it's going to eat. And I'm just going to go and craft. All right, now that I have myself some higher numbers of cores, so I can come here and then just go to work with my external components core. So in this case, I'm using my bunny character, and those are the ones with the check marks are the ones that are actually on the character, and I can start adding some cores to them. So I already got cores in this one right here. As you can see, I already got some HP and defense. So if I want to add some more because I want the yellow number, I can just do this one. But I want to try to get some more in something else. So let's say this one right here. So I want to add some HP, for instance, on this one. Now, for the recovery augmentation, as you can see, there's a lot of variety. So if I click on it, but you can see these are all the ones that I can add, but these cores are very different. So if I go in here, the variant AB, and you can see I have max shield recovery, and shield recovery in combat. So if that's not what I want, so I can check a different type of core. So if I go to this one right here, so this one right here, the recovery augmentation core will give me max HP and HP recovery. So now I'm gonna give it a shot right here. So I only have 2. So I'm just gonna say equip core, and it gives me max HP. So I can say whether I want it or not. Yes, I want it. Now I want a yellow number, so I'm gonna keep going, and I only have 1 left, but it's gonna require some disruptor to actually get rid of this one and replace it with something else. So you're all gonna need some of those things in your inventory as well once you start replacing things. So I'm just gonna say yes. I'm gonna try to get more of the yellow numbers. Now it goes from 28 to 31. It is better than what I have, even though it's not yellow, but it's better. So I'm just gonna confirm and keep this one. Now I don't have any more 10. So if I want to have more 10, then I just go back and grind. So your goal is to get 10. So that's the reason why you craft as many as you can. So now let's say, for instance, I want to add some defense to that piece, right? So those are my options. So if I click on this right here, so it has defense and the electric and toxin resistance. So those are going to be the outcome if I click on this. I have 20 of those. If defense is what I want the most, then let's give it a try. All right, give me toxin resistance. If I don't want toxin resistance, I don't have a choice. I have to keep it, but I can replace it. So I'm just going to replace it. Now I got electric. Whether I want electric or not, I'm just going to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to try the electric. It's a psychological game. So now I'm going to keep going because what I want is defense, right? I don't have defense. So you can have the option, select the one that you want or just keep the new one. So now I got the defense that I was looking for. So I'm just going to click on it. I say confirm it. So now I have defense. And if you want to keep going, you can keep going. But I'm just going to stick with what I have right now. And then I'm just going to back out of this. And then I'm going to try a different piece. That's how this works. That's how you get yourself more HP and more defense. Because those are the type of survivability that you are going to need to actually stay alive in the game. But if it is resistance that your build is lacking, then that's what you go for. Anyway, that's how this works. Hopefully this helps you out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.